हम सोचते हैं बुराई क्यों भागे आगे और अच्छाई घिसे पैर। बुराई क्यों भागे आगे और अच्छाई घिसे पैर। जो बात हमें नहीं है पता, जो बात हमें नहीं है पता, वो है ये कि कर्मा का ना कोई अपना, कि कर्मा का ना कोई अपना और ना कोई गैर। There is no partiality or biases for the law of cause and effect. It is what it is. That is what karma is, my friends. Welcome to my podcast, ZINDAGI ROCKS, Season 1, the Karma series. This is Roshani Shenazz, and in this episode, we shall take a deeper plunge in the various factors that contribute to this misunderstanding we have about karma. Firstly, to understand that there is no set manual for karma, and all that is shared is coming from what has been channeled to me across this time span of over a decade, and that which experientially has been shown or deciphered to me during my own healing times, and what is read from the literature by beloved Avatar Meher Baba. A few reasons that I have been made to know are: 1 is delayed consequences. Now, though everything is as per the divine timing, as we say, that timing itself can be a deferred timing. Example, karma doesn't always operate on a human earthly timeline. I shared earlier that the effects of our actions may not manifest immediately, but over a longer period spanning years, lifetimes, or even generations. This delay can make it appear to us that good deeds are being unrewarded or that bad actions are going unpunished. 2 is collective karma. We all as individuals have our own karmic blueprint, but all that we think, speak and do also gets aggregated in the collective karma of the world, which means it is deposited in the giant force of all humanity in a particular place, city, village, country, etc. Thus, each country also exerts and comes with its collective karmic force and consequences, and the power of endurance, resurrection, and restoration as well. 3 is spiritual growth. What I was made to understand with the grace of beloved Meher Baba is that suffering is not always a punishment, but can be a catalyst for spiritual and personal growth. So X person could have accelerated their suffering in a particular birth because they want to close many soul lessons and clear sanskaras that could have been overpending since lifetimes. And that particular birth was crafted to push the envelope and the person to take the leap in their spiritual growth, to cut down the number of lifetimes. After most such scenarios, you may in fact find people chartering a new course of life altogether. And I am a living example of this facet of karmic closures in Rajdhani Express speed. I can't tell you with the speed I've had these closures right from 2005. 4th factor is unseen virtues. Now, the good deeds of a person may kind of yield benefits that are not immediately visible or material. They may contribute to inner peace, spiritual elevation, or benefits that will manifest in future lives. It could be help from surrounding people or come in the most unfathomable way when least expected. But because these are not tangible things that you and I can see, we seem to think that their good deeds are not rewarded. Just because they haven't won that lottery or have that big owned home or the likes. Through various spiritual pathways called the yogas, we can actually move towards consistent spiritual growth in our karmic life. In 1954, Meher Baba said, "In Karma Yoga, one tries to lose oneself in selfless service for others. In Jnana Yoga, one tries to lose oneself in contemplation and meditation. In Raja Yoga, one tries to lose one's identity with the individual self and establish identity with the universal self by aiming through constant mental poise and non-attachment to be in the world and yet not of it. In Bhakti Yoga, one tries to lose oneself in devotion to God. Even in these yogas, only when the zenith is reached can the individuality of the lower self be lost, yet consciousness remain." What a beautiful explanation of the pathways for our spiritual growth. One or more of these paths are likely and already ordained by you and me, each of us, through our incarnation. But friends, what is important is that we are diligent enough to hold ground and not get washed away by our own ignorance in trying to understand that which cannot be understood, but may be simply known. It's like hearing someone say, "Oh, he did this to me, so now I will do this," and ultimately end up creating new karma instead of closing some old karma through that seeming low hand that life dealt. In the next episode, I shall dwell into the attributes that possibly contribute in us thinking that the bad seem to thrive. To know more about life, spirituality, or seek guidance, take coaching, mentoring, healing, and other transformation sessions with me, connect through my website roshanishenazz.com or through social media @Roshani Shenazz. Stay blessed always in super duper Godspeed. Jai Baba.
Whether it was the high-flying time while I was at the top in the media world, for over 2 decades, loving all the glamour of an on-the-rocks life but bina piye, or coming to a rock bottom after my life-death illness, मैं friends पूरे विश्वास और शुक्र से कह सकती हूँ that I deeply believe that Zindagi rocks. So welcome to my podcast with me, Roshani Shenazz, your spiritual fellow journeyer. जो मुझे नहीं जानते, let me tell you, nothing has been easy. I've lived through life-altering moments, emerging with the resilience of a phoenix that fuels my journey. मैंने लाइफ की ऊंचाइयां भी देखी है और डरावनी खाई भी, and yet कर्मा को कुछ और ही मंजूर था. So when I was at the top wanting to direct a film, God ने मेरे लाइफ की स्क्रिप्ट ही बदल दी and made me leave everything to follow my spiritual calling. Zindagi rocks. इस पॉडकास्ट के पहले सीजन में I shall share with you all about karma and spirituality through 15 different aspects on how karma works. संस्कारास क्या है, पुश्तैनी कर्मा क्या होता है, and much more that you've always been curious about. तो चलिए जानते हैं कुछ बातों का मतलब और करते हैं कुछ मतलब की बातें. क्या मतलब? Stay tuned, stay blessed in love and light and super duper Godspeed.